Today, we'll dive into Ayn Rand's legendary novel Atlas Shrugged. This is one of the most influential books of the 20th century, a story that mixes philosophy, economics, and a powerful narrative. It shows what happens when the most talented, driven, and honest individuals decide to stop carrying a society that lives off their efforts. If you don't have the time to read over 1,000 pages, this video will give you all the key ideas in about 1 hour. We'll go through the story, the philosophy behind it, and the practical lessons you can use in your own life and business. This book is especially valuable for entrepreneurs, leaders, and anyone who wants to take full responsibility for their life instead of playing the victim of the system. You'll see why individual strength can shape entire civilizations, and what happens when those individuals decide to disappear. So get comfortable, because we're about to explore ideas that will inspire you, provoke you, and challenge the way you think. Part 1. A decaying world. A nation in crisis. The America described by Ayn Rand is on the verge of collapse. The economy is crumbling, factories are shutting down, and the transportation system is falling apart. Power is in the hands of incompetent bureaucrats and social reformers who don't create value, they only redistribute it. Rules change every day, and businesses fight for survival instead of growth. Dagny Taggart, the woman of steel. In this chaos, we meet our main heroine, Dagny Taggart. She is the vice president of Taggart Transcontinental, one of the biggest railroad companies. Dagny is strong, smart, and determined. Unlike her weak and spineless brother James, who happens to be the company's president, Dagny is the one actually keeping the railroad alive. For her, the railroad is not just a business. It's the backbone of the country, connecting people and cities. She knows that if she gives up, the nation will collapse completely. Hank Rearden and his metal. The second key figure is industrialist Hank Rearden. He invented a revolutionary alloy called Rearden metal, stronger and lighter than steel. It could save industries and revive the economy. But instead of support, Rearden faces hatred and envy. Officials call his metal dangerous. Competitors smear it as a threat, and the media publishes endless attacks on greedy capitalists. Still, Rearden believes in his work and keeps fighting. The vanishing of the best. Meanwhile, a strange phenomenon spreads across the country. Talented engineers, scientists, and businessmen are disappearing without a trace. Nobody knows where they go. At a time of crisis, this is terrifying. The very people who could save the nation are walking away. The theme of this part can be summed up like this: the world rests on the shoulders of those who create. But what happens if they walk away? Takeaway. This first part shows a sharp contrast. Strong individuals like Dagny and Rearden fight to keep the system alive, while society, government, and envy keep dragging them down. Already, the haunting question emerges: who is John Galt? And is he the one leading the best minds away? Part 2. The fight of the individualists. Dagny and Rearden's alliance. Dagny and Hank Rearden join forces. She sees his metal as the only way to save the railroad, and he respects her determination and brilliance. Together, they build a new railroad line, the John Galt Line. The name itself becomes a challenge to the collapsing society, a tribute to the mysterious figure whose name is already turning into legend. Despite endless criticism and pressure, they complete the project. The line is a success. Rearden metal proves itself, and the railroad brings profit. It's living proof that reason and hard work triumph over obstacles. Clash with the government, but success threatens the establishment. Politicians and connected businessmen, parasites living off others' achievements, see it as dangerous. New laws are passed: production quotas, price controls, bans on competition, all under the banner of justice and the public good. Rearden is forced to hand over parts of his business to the state. Dagny faces sabotage and blackmail. Everything is designed to break the strong and make them submit. Personal drama and deep questions. Alongside this battle, the relationship between Dagny and Rearden grows. Their bond is more than business. It's a meeting of two people who value reason, strength, and passion for their work. But society condemns them. Rearden is attacked as selfish, his family consumed by envy, while Dagny is despised for not being like everyone else. Here comes the central philosophical question. What is the true value of work and reason? Why should those who create wealth apologize to those who only consume it? Why should the builders be forced to carry the burden of those who produce nothing? The disappearances continue. Meanwhile, the wave of disappearances grows stronger. Scientists, inventors, entrepreneurs vanish one by one. Who is John Galt? Is heard more and more often, as a slogan of despair, a recognition that the best are walking away. Takeaway. In part 2, Ayn Rand turns up the heat. The heroes fight and even win in the short term, but the system is designed to crush them. The stronger they become, the harder society works to drag them down. The tension grows. When will Atlas finally shrug? Part 3, Atlas Shrugs. Who is John Galt? Throughout the book, the question, who is John Galt, was just a slogan of despair. Finally, the truth comes out. John Galt is real. He's an engineer and philosopher who refuses to keep feeding a parasitic society. He decides to start a strike of the minds. The strike of the minds. Galt's idea is simple but radical. If society doesn't value its creators, let it try to live without them. He convinces industrialists, inventors, scientists, and artists, the best and brightest, to walk away, not to fight the system, but to stop supporting it. This leads to the creation of a hidden community, Galt's Gulch, a secret valley where free people live by their own rules. No coercion, no bureaucrats, just individuals trading value for value. It's a model of what civilization could look like if built on reason and freedom. Dagny and Rearden on the edge. Dagny resists at first. She still hopes the country can be saved. But as the state chokes the economy and her work only prolongs its agony, she realizes. Galt is right. Rearden also goes through a transformation. He understands that his true duty is not to sacrifice for those who despise him, but to remain loyal to his own values. Collapse of the system. The government tries to keep control, but without the best minds, everything falls apart. Laws don't work, production stops, factories shut down, trains no longer run. Talent and reason cannot be replaced by slogans and decrees. The climax is John Galt's legendary speech, where he declares the philosophy of objectivism. To live for yourself, guided by reason and freedom, is the highest virtue. Takeaway. In Part 3, Rand delivers her core message. Society rests on the shoulders of the Atlases, the creators. If they refuse to carry the world, it collapses. And only then can a new civilization rise, honest, free, and based on reason. Ayn Rand's philosophy, Objectivism. 1. Reason is man's primary tool. Rand argues that survival and progress come only through reason. Not through tradition, not through brute force, and not through the collective, but through thinking, logic, and innovation. When society rejects reason, it chooses decline. Practical lesson. Make decisions not out of fear or social pressure, but based on facts, analysis, and your own clear thinking. 2. The individual above the collective. The collective itself creates nothing. Every achievement in history, inventions, art, businesses came from individuals. When the collective demands sacrifice for the common good, it is really feeding off the minds of the few who produce. Practical lesson. Respect your own ideas and worth. If you're building something, don't let majority opinion kill your drive. 3. Self-interest as a virtue. Rand shocks many by calling self-interest a moral good. But she distinguishes rational self-interest, living with purpose, creating value, building a life of conscious choices. Irrational selfishness, chasing short-term pleasures at the cost of yourself and others. She says the first path leads to strength and honesty. Practical lesson. Instead of sacrificing your life for others' expectations, ask, what do I really want to build? What do I truly value? 4. Freedom and responsibility. Freedom doesn't mean chaos. True freedom exists only when each person takes responsibility for their own life and results. In Galt's Gulch, no one helps others by force, only by choice. People exchange value for value, not demands. Practical lesson. Freedom is a skill. The more responsibility you're willing to carry, the more freedom you gain. Takeaway. Objectivism is a call to action. Use your mind, create value, respect yourself, and never let society turn you into a victim. That's why Atlas Shrugged is not just a novel. It's a manifesto for freedom and the power of the individual. Additional insights and practical lessons. 1. The power of the few. History is moved not by the masses, but by a handful of individuals. In business and life, don't wait for the majority's approval. One bold decision and one strong ally can change everything. 2. Sacrifice kills talent. When society forces the talented to sacrifice for the greater good, it destroys the source of progress. If you always work at your own expense just to please others, you burn out and waste your gift. Set boundaries. 3. Feelings don't replace facts. Rand constantly contrasts rational thought with blind emotions. Check the facts. Don't follow traditions or trends just because everyone does it. 4. Real love is a union of equals. The relationship between Dagny and Rearden shows that true love exists only when both partners respect each other's strength and value. Build relationships not on dependence, but on mutual recognition of worth. 5. Who is John Galt? As a symbol. First, it's a phrase of despair, but in the end it becomes a symbol of hope. For us, it means, if the system is collapsing, you can always step out and create a new one on your own terms. 6. Fight or walk away. The heroes face the ultimate choice. Keep saving a broken system or stop supporting it. Sometimes the best way to win is not to fight harder, but to stop giving energy to what's already doomed. 7. A society without creators is doomed. The novel makes it clear, bureaucrats and parasites can't build anything. Without creators, everything collapses. In business, this is a reminder, real value is created by those who think and act, not by those who just push paper. Takeaway. Rand's message is bold. Don't accept the role of a victim. Say it clearly, my life belongs to me. I have the right to live it my way. Conclusion. So, Atlas Shrugged is not just a novel, it's a manifesto. Ayn Rand shows that the world rests on the shoulders of those who create value. And if those people walk away, the world collapses. The core message is clear. A person has the right to live for themselves, guided by reason and their own goals. Not for the state, not for others' expectations, not for the greater good, but for freedom and creation. This book challenges each of us. Are you living by your own rules or by the system's? Are you building something new or just supporting what's already broken? Are you ready to take responsibility for your life and be an atlas? Now my question to you, which idea from this book will you start applying tomorrow? Share your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to hear them. If you enjoyed this video, hit like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. In the next episodes, We'll dive into more books that can change your mindset and give you new energy.